Thank you so much for joining me, Captain Smart, on Around Town. And I'm here today at Mende Villa Estate. This estate has been in the news for some reasons in the past few days. And that's why I've decided to call on this estate to find out things for myself and to feed you with the right information. I'm sure you're going to see what's been happening here in the past few days with the Lagos State government having their bulldozers here and the Commissioner for the Environment and Water Resources, Dr. Tokunbo Wahab, superintending over the demolition of structures in this estate. According to the Commissioner, it is on the water channels, and if they're not removed, not just this estate or Maryland, but the entire mainland will be flooded. So come with me as we go into the estate and see things for ourselves. Captain Smart, Around Town. Of course, behind me and all around, you've been seeing pictures of what is left of Mende Villa 1. The residents of this estate cried out to Around Town, and we decided to pay a visit to what you now see here. Actually, we have been told, and we can see on the ground, that about 14 units of the buildings have already gone down. And as you can see on the site as well, there is a bulldozer that is still working. We have been told that that bulldozer broke down. Perhaps that's the reason you're seeing that the remaining of this building is still standing here. The residents here are still at a loss as to how these buildings are going down, because they claim that they have the documents to build their houses here and to also stay in this facility. But the Lagos State government, through the Ministry of Environment and Water Resources, have been carrying out this demolition exercise, and they are saying that this is to salvage not just Mende Villa or Maryland, but the entire mainland of Lagos. While the tears still continue to flow from this estate, the Lagos State government is insisting that what they are doing is for the good of the remaining people who are in this estate, and indeed the entire Lagos. Come with us. It's Around Town, Captain Smart, Inspiration 92.3 FM.
Estate now for over 12 years, maybe 13 years. And in the 13 years that I've been in this estate, there has never been any notice or any markings of any sort that this estate was in contravention of the channel and was going to go down. Now, if I can just quickly give you a synopsis, I think it was sometime in March, the secretary to the CDA, that's the Community Development Association, to which we are also members of, reached out to me to say that he heard that they are coming to demolish some houses in Mende, that meetings have been held, and that his house had been marked, and that our estate was also going to be affected. I asked if there was any marking on the estate from the outside. He says not that he can see, and I also confirmed to him that there was none in the estate. Based on that information, we reached out to Alausa. We sought a meeting with the PAMSEC, who was gracious enough to meet with us, and we then told him what we had heard, our concern that we've not received any formal notification or notice around demolition. And he said, the meetings have been held with certain stakeholders. And I still told him that we were never informed or invited to that meeting. And we then went through what the issues were. He then brought out a map, right, saying that per their map or their records, it looks like part of the estate was sitting within the Odoyalaro alignment. And I told him that we have documents showing that we are free from that. At that point in time, I presented him with copies of those documents, and he looked at it and he says they had received these documents and they were looking at it.
My unit has a governor's consent. So what more can you get? I have a governor's consent on that my unit. Before that is granted, the process is you would have checked that the house is where it's supposed to be. There are no obstructions. Everything is fine, and that's why they gave that governor's consent. We have the estate. We have all permits you can think of. The estate has all permits, all clearances, all approvals to be resident in this place.
We cannot quantify how much we've lost. If I quantify my what about homeowners, the land, the time, the emotions in this estate, one big family. So you cannot quantify what you've lost. You cannot. See, it's devastating. It's terrible. It's really terrible to come to this every day. to see this, it's really, it's not what we want someone to experience.